got me up. I want to live be live, but I swear not easy. Papa rapping my old man and girl, the market was doing, I'm breaking the profit. On my way, people calling me names, all the trouble I see, I ain't do at a piece. When those suffering, those sources, I can't pay the code, only how I get paid. Sooner or later, my hustle pay. Let pay, and I'm rushing myself. Keep it cool, everything have a CC. Too much rushing, I probably chasing. One day. One day. I'll kill it cool. One day,
I know my hustle gonna pay one day. Any mistake gonna see my face. Me pa know I'm not watching it. One day, success gonna come my way. I know my hustle gonna pay one day. Any mistake gonna see my face. Me pa know I'm not watching it. One day, success gonna come my way. Yeah. My mama was so worried. My papa was so worried. My friend was eat your money. Any mess that will come on that knees. So I on my way. 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 I'm on my way to this place and I'm looking for money. Looking for money, oh. Looking for money. I want to make mama happy. Want me papa happy. Want me my brothers and sisters to come around me.
Yeah, Capilla go. Why you know you hustle? Why saying the book by the Genesis? Shall come to power, shall come to power. I feel be working on Wednesday. In my love for the my, in my love for the my. All in the dark, all in the week, all in the week. All in the sun, the
mama was so worried. My papa was so worried. My friend would eat your money. Any mess that would come on that knees. So I on my way. 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 I on my way.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Tony Commander J.R. Glapohkpa Chesson. I'm at Flames, the Jamaican restaurant in Providence, Rhode Island. I'm here with the proprietor. Ma'am, could you kindly tell us your name and how long this business has been here?
My name is Sophia, and this business has been here for 6 years.
What kind of support have you received from the community?
Great support. We receive great support from the community.
And especially the African community?
The African, the Spanish, and then we're close to the hospital, so there's a lot of people that come by from the hospital. All different culture.
Wow, that's
Everybody
nice.
want to try something new.
Yes, I just took a shot of some of your food here. It seems very delicious. I've had some of them too, some of your meal.
Yeah.
What message do you have for your customers?
They could come anytime. Come anytime. We treat our customer with great respect.
Thank you very much, Sophie.
You're welcome.
And I hope you have good luck here as long as you're here.
Okay, thank you.
Have a good day.
You too, dear. Thanks.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Attorney Commander J.R. Glapohkpa Chesson talk show. Happy Thanksgiving. Today is a special day, so let me just start with the first part of my topic this morning, thanking God. Let's take a minute or two to give thanks to God. Most gracious Holy Trinity, we invite you this morning on this show to give thanks to you for what has been, what is, and we hope will be a beautiful, successful end of year. We pray too that you will grant us a good new year as we celebrate the changing of our leadership, of our country, of our countries in Liberia and America. As we move forward with our own lives, we give you thanks until we meet again this time next year to continue the blessings. Amen. Let's get God out of the way, okay? Now, while setting a renewed foundation of leadership and direction for Liberia and Liberian people, that's my topic this morning. And we'll go into it right away because I got a lot to say. And let me just take a moment and give you what's happening. Right now, it's in the lower 30 degrees in Providence, Rhode Island. It's going to be sunny. Although it's cloudy right now, it's going to be somewhat like yesterday. Not too cold, but just have your jacket on hand if you need it. It's going to be in the mid to upper 40s today. Okay, they're talking about the triple pandemic we're having in the state and around the country right now with the COVID-19, the flu, and the respiratory sickness, RSV, they call it. So just be mindful. Take care of yourself. Take your medication. Stay out of the cold. Wear your mask. This is the time for masking. Wear your mask, okay? And you know there's a shortage of health care workers. Since the pandemic, many of the nurses and doctors got tired, man. They said, we're burned out. And most of them left the field and retired. Now we need more nurses, we need more doctors, we need more people in the healthcare field. So if you're considering that, go right away and try to apply. Even if you're in college, you can be a healthcare provider somewhere. Do that and go to school at the same time. They need people. So consider that. That's on the American side. On my Liberian side today, I put up the news already. George Weah wants an extension of his time for another month. Damn, wow, can you imagine? Today is just the 24th of November, the president of Liberia wants another month of vacation. And he's asking for another $1.5 million to sustain his travels. Okay? So that's the new hit in our country this morning. Also, Unity, this is funny. Unity people were in their party headquarters on Broad Street having a meeting. When the court people came there and told them, look, you got to carry this meeting because the place their last meeting was in Congo Town, the place they had their last headquarters in Congo Town, they owe $200,000. And the people evicted them. Now they're going to the new place and the people filed a complaint against them. So the court went there to close that place down too, to tell them, hey, you got to close it in and go to court. So when they got there, all of them were in a meeting. They said we're not getting out. We're not getting out of the meeting. We dare you put on. So the bailiff said, oh yeah, you're not getting out. We're not getting out. So they walk out, close the door, lock the door, put the court lock on it. So the guys got to the meeting, bust the door, bust the lock off. We left. Now the court thinking about arresting them for breaking the court's lock. Because they knew that they had a case against, they got a case against them. They're in arrears for rental payment. Then they go sit in the new building. The people filed a complaint against them to pay their money. They haven't paid the people money. So this is our political party fighting for the presidential seat of our country next year. So if they can't pay the party bill, we just hope things turn out good on the other side. I ain't getting into that. Okay, the next thing is the human rights. You all know the human rights woman from America came to Liberia and they had a talk and all of that. Now they decided that they're ready to help us with the war crimes and economic court. So Adam Dempster, who's one of the representatives for the human rights organization in Liberia, has brought this forward and stating that the partners of Liberia and the USA will join in this effort to bring the war crimes court. We hope it works out. Okay? Other news, 5 people in Nima County disappeared. They can't find them. People believe they're ritualistic killings. And one of them is Chris Sua. He's a chemistry teacher in the school. Now we ain't got no chemistry teacher. I mean, it's not funny, but it's funny, you know. The only chemistry team, we're looking for teachers in the county. Then you go kidnap the only chemistry teachers for ritualistic killing. Well, that's our problem in Liberia right now. So they're looking for those people. Anybody with information on their whereabouts, or you've seen them, or you heard anybody talk about them, please notify the police. Okay? Let me take my break and we'll start with the renewed leadership of Liberia because we got some things we got to talk about. We got to talk about the FNG issue that's in Liberia right now. I think it's in the newspaper this morning. We got to talk about our lawmaker status. And we got to talk about the economic state of our country. So let me take a break. Let's listen to another ad. If I don't mind, then I'll be right back. Okay? In the cause of the people.
Florence here. I'm a resident of Providence and a manager of Dennis Kitchen, West African, mainly Liberian dishes.
How long has this business been in operation?
We've been in business for about 5 years now.
How has the cooperation of the community been?
It's been pretty much supportive, not just Africans, but also our brothers and sisters of the African American community also been supportive, as well as other African and even other nationalities. So far, so good. We've been having a lot of support from different ethnic groups and different nationalities.
So, I think in the newspaper this morning, in Front Page Africa, Liberia's premier newspaper, is the article about FMG and the female FGM, or female genital mutilation. FGM, I always call it, I was mixing it up because it's FGM, female genital mutilation. So this issue has been going on from time immemorial, man. It's almost 30, 40 years this issue been going on with the United Nations, with other organizations throughout Africa, our women complaining, some saying making them sick, some saying it's against their human rights. It's against their decision making. As a child, they're supposed to be protected against all these kind of things. It's their right to decide whether they should have sexual pleasure or not. And they're deprived of that in childhood when they have no decision in it. And in some instances, those operations, that's an operation because you cutting somebody skin off with an anesthesia, with the old blade. These things cause issues. And some of these girls get sick from it because they have a traditional blade they use. And some people get sick from it. And those conditions are not tidy. They're not clean and they're not conducive. So that's what these people complaining about now. It's been going on for years, man. Women took it to the United Nations and made a big issue out of it. They tried to stop it, but it cannot stop. And the Liberian people are seeing it in the newspaper today. You cannot compel us to do what we don't want to do. That's what they're saying. That this practice has been going on from time immemorial. It's tribal, it's traditional, it's part of the culture, and also part of their religion. Because in Africa, many things are connected to religion and culture. They come hand in hand. That was even for us who are Congo people and we proclaim ourselves to be Christians. We have to decipher from our culture what is religion and what is culture. Because of our Christian faith, we cannot worship other gods. We cannot partake in other activities of other gods. Yes, we can choose to be either Liberians, Africans, and Christians, or Liberian Africans or Christians. Either or. So the same thing with some of our traditional societies. Once you become Christian, they don't want you come in the villages no more because everything is culture and religion and sacrifices to maintain the tribe, the village, and all of that. So when we interfere with these things, it becomes problematic. It becomes problematic. So how do we approach these things? We have to find a way to approach it so that it doesn't result in violence. It doesn't result in any negative things that impact our culture and society. We can't afford it. But we can't neglect it either. Because there are women in our society that want change. There are women in our society telling us that this FGM is not what they want, that they want freedom from it, that is tyranny of the majority. You know what tyranny of the majority means? That means that you got all these people and they're taking their will and putting it on you and telling you you got to do it because you in a small group and you have no say over the big group. That's tyranny of the majority. They're taking your freedom away from you because they're in the majority and they have the power to come together and say, we'll hurt you. We'll hurt you. And that what they're doing to some of these women, that what some of these women feel so suppressed and depressed because some of them feel they have been hurt and they don't want their children and grandchildren to go through that. But yet, that it brings conflict in the family. Because you one person, you got your grandmother, you got your nieces and nephews and uncles and all of that, and they may have control of your children at some time or another. And you know our culture. These people take control of your children to do the cultural thing. They say, let's take the children to go do the cultural thing we're supposed to do it. And that has happened many times. People turn their children over to their grandparents to be with them for the week or for the month. They take them into this tribal bush and have them female circumcised. I will use that word because I don't want to keep using FGM and all of that or second, the other words. But they do that to the children. Then they bring the child back and give it to the mother. And the child crying, the child bleeding. What would the parents do? You can't do nothing about it. You go to court, the court will say that's our tradition. Go to your parents, you go settle it on the court. We can't handle that kind of thing. The court don't want to deal with that kind of thing. Because it's not a legal case, really. It's religious. All those things fall, everything that is culture that has to deal with the big, deep cultural practices of our people are religious as well. In Liberia and other African countries, some European and Western countries too, you cannot divorce culture from religion. They come intertwined with the gods, the worship process, everything is culture. So if you don't want to partake in that, you have to forsake your family. They offend you. In our Christian practice, if the right hand offends you, cut it off. That means don't go around them. Because if you go around them, they will make you do what they are used to doing. And it's part of their culture. And when people have these cultural beliefs, they believe that their whole life's existence rests on it. If they don't do it, bad luck will follow them. Things will happen in their family, they will not be successful. When things happen, people will tell them, oh, you see, you won't be Westerners, go at the Westerners, you all follow the people, you don't want to follow your tradition. This seems to go on now with the war between Christianity and tradition. So what do you stand? Where do you stand? Because you must make a decision. You can't go to the Western world. You see, our people say, Claire, go look. It hasn't come out yet, I don't think. But it's out on Twitter. The front page Africa news for today. The people say, you don't tell us what to do. It's the same thing with gay rights. Many of us, we keep talking about this thing, but it's serious in Liberia. It's serious in Liberia because these people are coming to Liberia and they're coming trying to persuade the population to do what they want to do and telling them these, bringing the real issues to them, health, sanitation, all these things to our people. But it's traditional. How do you change that? Something that's been going on from time immemorial. The people will be practicing it. And let me tell you, there's no guarantee the woman will stop having sex and stop being promiscuous, because those women who are promiscuous, who do want to have sex freely, they are depressed. It kills their souls. Because you cut the clitoris, don't mean you stop all the feelings from it. And when they talk to their other friends who into the same life they're living and enjoying their lives and keeping their life going, and they're telling their other friend, oh, but you cut your thing, you're people that cut your thing. So how you think they feel? I've been around some of those people. They have expressed their concerns to me as a lawyer. We have sat down and debated this thing over and over. And I understand some of the concerns of the women. I understand the concerns, man. You know, some of them want to enjoy life. Some people just want to enjoy life. They don't want to get married. They don't want to be burdened down. But culture dictates your lifestyle. That's why God, Jesus Christ, told us what to do. It wasn't something we were doing out of anger or bitterness or hurt. No, he told us what to do. If something offend you, and you know you can't change it, you got to understand the rules of serenity. Peace. How do you obtain serenity? Peace. Understand the things you can change and know the things you cannot change. And pray to tell the difference between the two, how to deal with them, how you handle them. It's the same thing with our country. I left Liberia because of corruption. I couldn't stay and work in our country as a young man. No, I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that. I was making good money. I had the prospect of money. Nobody was thinking about war then. We're thinking about future and all that. People were rushing to make money. But when I saw the corruption, I saw the negativity, I saw our country, spiraling in a different direction, I said, no, let me get out of here. If I get involved with this corruption and this mess, I will perish. It will undermine my professionalism. I wanted to be a professional. I stayed years in school, man. Why am I staying years in school just to go steal money? No, I stayed years in school to make money, not to go steal money. Then I come to the point where I got to put my integrity on the line and my professional on the line, professionalism. Do I want to be a rogue like these guys, or do I want to be a professional? That's a serious choice. I've made serious choices all my life. I've paid for them, but I've been blessed too. Because there are times you got to make serious choices. I could live in Liberia, those people at that time told them they didn't know nothing. They needed people to teach them. And when they found people who they could push forward to teach them, and they would go agree with them, they were promoting them. I could have made a lot of money in Liberia too, but I'm not that kind of man. Well, it's not in you, it's not in you. You can't push it, you can't force it. People can't tell you do this, do that. No, you know how pressured I was? Pressure coming from all over. People seeing my friends in the same position as me, buying fabulous cars, building massive houses. And I'm just there walking around, going to work every day, walking, managing in the same position as these people. People expected me to steal. And that's the problem with our society. They expect you to steal. It's not that you're stealing. They expect it because you're in a position and everybody else is doing it. Why are you not doing it? You know how the problems I used to face? That's why I left Liberia. I was having domestic problems. I was having family problems because everybody thought I was stealing and not giving them money and not giving them gas slips. I couldn't do that. How do I do that? Where would I go to beg? Who did I go to beg for that kind of stuff? People never came around with that kind of stuff because they know that I'm Chesson. So they will never come around me with that kind of stuff. They'll go around corrupt people. So when they have come around me with it, gas, I say, what I want gas for? I can't do that. I would tell them directly I'm stealing. So they will never come around me with that stuff. Criminals will never come around me with that stuff. So I'm not getting exposed to corruption. While working at finance, look, I went and stole all the cameras and all the films and sold it. I was right there. I didn't know nothing about it. They didn't tell me because they knew I wouldn't put my hand in that kind of thing to go to jail for stealing cameras and stuff like that. No. And some people may think, Chesson Pumpers and Chesson Pride. No. It's not that. I come too far, man. Nobody, you know how hard it was to get my school fee, my tuition, to go to school, to achieve what I achieved. It got nothing to do about pride or dignity. It's got something to do about standards. I fought all my life to get this standard. Not to be corrupt, but to be professional. That's why I fought for all my life. That I would give it away because people say, Chesson proud. I would give it away because what do people do for me? Where were those people while I was begging my people for money? While I was going around begging people to pay my tuition? That's what I did sometimes. Even when my pa was alive. Because I'm a frank man. If something bothered me, I'm not going to bullshit you and tell you it blew. You ask me, I will tell you. And sometimes my pa used to get mad with me. For the same cost of the people business, I would tell my pa, look, Daddy, you're doing wrong. I don't know what you're doing. My pa would tell me, get out of my house. I ain't paying your tuition. You think this thing was a joke? It wasn't a joke. Why do you think people don't come on my show? Because I don't tolerate that kind of corruption. I don't tolerate negativity. If all of us can make money, why you got to be greedy? Why? If all of us can benefit from something, why you got to steal to be rich by yourself? Why? When all of us go to school and have the same opportunity to make money, the money in the world, you can make money. But you won't be lazy and sit down and just wait and wait for other people to work or wait for Jesus to come give you the way. And you see me moving forward, pushing my way through, using my education and my skills to make money. Then you jealous of me and won't keep me down with family and culture and philosophy. I cut you off. I'm a Christian. I listen to Jesus. Jesus is my teacher. He's my supreme teacher. I'm going to have 10,000 people watching my show right now. That personal satisfaction, that greed. I'm spreading the message that's coming from the divine. I don't need people listening to me now. But when I leave from here, it's on YouTube, it's on Facebook, it's all over the world. People will listen to it. Where are you? And this is the problem with our country. When you tell people the right thing and they don't want to hear it, they try to ostracize you. But I will kick your asses. Let me tell you, I promise every one of y'all, I will kick your asses because my people will change. And I will not submit to negativity. I will not submit to corruption. I will not submit to stealing. I got the Holy Trinity. What's wrong with you, man? If I wanted to be rich, I'd be filthy rich now. But what good it is I be like Benina Europe, man? People be chasing me for stealing and what they can do. What do I want? I can't do from. Everybody not scared of Benina Europe. I'm not scared of Benina Europe. He's a damn rogue. And we tell him it before. His face is a damn rogue. I told him it before. You can't steal from me and you expect for me to praise you. Are you stupid? I'm not that kind of man. I'm not that kind of man. And our world is full of corrupt people. Full of corrupt people. You know? And I just don't indulge in those kind of things, you know. I got my ways too. Some of them not good, some of them not perfect, but I try to obey the second commandment. Do unto others as you have them do unto you. That's Jesus Christ's second law. So I try to walk my line with people. Try to treat people fair and just. Try to help people. But don't take me to be a fool because I'm a soldier. When shit hit the fan, I'll put my boots on and kick you in the butt. I ain't no fun. Don't take me to be stupid. Because I'm kind and I try to follow the law and set standards for my people. I just open and frank. I don't like wasting my time on things that we can't change. I'm a man every day. I pray to God for serenity, peace. And when God gave you serenity, he gave you the wisdom to discern the things that you can change and the things you cannot change. And the things you cannot change, what are you wasting time with it for? You can't change it. The same thing with FGM, female genital mutilation. No international community, no group of people can change it. Only Liberian people can change it. You can't come, foreigners can't come and talk to our chiefs to change it. No. That interference. Only Liberian people can change it. That's why I tell my women all the time, I say, you need a leader who you can go to and sit down with your complaint. I can do that. I can sit with any tribal people and talk. I've done it before from the time I was small in law. When the time I was working at finance ministry, I was young, 25-year-old. I used to go out country and sit with the tribes and resolve family issues on the tribal line. I never took them to court. People used to come to me, the women come to me, oh, Chesson, man, this is not me. I want to sue him, blah, blah, blah. So I asked them, I said, what your family say about that? Because in Liberia, everything like that. And when you come to find out, they've been to the tribal village, they not take it to the chief, they not take it to the elders, they not take it to the town council, they not take it all around. And it ain't work, but they bring it to me because I'm a lawyer, and I will not charge them much because they know I don't charge people much. That's why I want to do the law for women. I told the women, you get ready. I come with superintend these men and jail them for what you deserve. I ain't playing you. I ain't joking. Our society got to change. Okay? I'm coming to play your case for money. I'll be a pro bono lawyer. So don't worry about it. We will hear your case. The only cases we take are cases that are valuable cases. We will not take cases that are frivolous, that you usually want for your husband and things like that. I ain't taking that kind of case. But if it's a case where we get money, where I will sue them, man, I will take some of the money too, you take some of the money, or I'll be happy, yeah, I will fight those kind of cases. Especially those boys with money running around and have 4, 5, 6 girlfriends. We can take some of the money from them. We can take plenty of money from them. Give me some, you take some. Yeah, we have to get rich. You go after the playboys, take all their money. So I come in. And that is the same thing I'm saying, my people. So with this female genital mutilation, it's a traditional thing. You can't put tribal people in it. It's a thing from the gods, from our traditional gods. You're not a part of that tribe. You can't come and tell the people who tell your God to change the tribe. No. The people of the tribe that are being circumcised, the women that are being circumcised, that are against this thing, got to come together. Got to sit down with people who can talk to our elders in council. Everything is traditional. If you don't know how to do it, you fail. And you go sit with the council that the council will respect and listen to. Maybe they will change it. Maybe they will loosen it. Or you got to find an alternative to it. There's nothing with females' genital mutilation that impacts the government, that impacts the public. It's a private thing. It's a religious thing. Some people want it to happen. It's been going on from time immemorial. Some women look forward to it. The cutting. They look forward to the cutting. So you decide something you change overnight, you gotta go through tribal. Okay, let me rest on that. So these women need to get together with somebody in our society who can influence the tribal leaders, especially the chiefs and the zoos, those people that are really religiously connected to the tribe. You sit with them and you talk with them and plead with them. Let them make sacrifices. You got to appease the God. They're not something you're just going to change overnight. A sacrifice. It may cost thousands of dollars to appease the God. It may cost whatever the God wants. Or the God may say no. What do you do about it? So that must think on that thing. We've been going on it for almost 30, 40 years now. Been here, but the UN and all the people fighting for the FNG, FGM and all that. It ain't going to happen. It's tribal. I keep telling them. So let's move to the light point. Our lawyers, my people. What happened to our lawyers, man? I understand we dealt this with this in my last class. People would say, oh, you're not correct, you're not correct. My people, let me tell you something. Our lawyers have an obligation, especially our prosecutors, to get people out of jail quick. We know there's problem in our country with the money. Look at the finance minister right now. The finance minister can't pay our people. The judiciary now, the Senate, everybody calling him to find out why you can't pay our people. They're calling him for $11 million that disappeared too. We have a serious crisis on our hands with our leaders stealing money. This is not no God issue. This is not no juju issue. This is not no magic issue. This issue is stealing. Stealing. Outright, unlawful stealing. And if these people just stealing our money, now look at the man go for 2 months, he won $2 million. We can't pay the judiciary, we can't pay the executive. The president took almost $2 million with him. Now he won another $2 million for his travel. And he going for 1 month, another month. Can we afford that? You see all these frivolous spendings going on all around, then we can't pay people. Then the lawyers talking about they're going on strike. My people, my lawyers, let me tell you something. When I call with you, it's not about the government. It's about the Liberian people in jail. The Liberian people who need their freedom adjudicated. Our people who need to be free, our jails and things are overcrowded. We need to get the people out. We know money is important to you, but so is our country. All of us know the problem with these criminals leading our country today. And you people too got to rise up and go against these criminals leading our country. You're part of the problem too. Not only the poor people are criminals, these people running our damn country are criminals too. And why you're not prosecuting them? Tell me why. Please tell me why. Why is Samuel 12 running around and everybody talking about money, 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 and this man cannot account for money? What are you prosecutors doing about that? You see, you are the people that are supposed to set standards for us to keep our country fair and just, but you people are not doing your jobs. You want to prosecute the poor people. And we got rich criminals running all around. Look at the people not paying light bill. Look at the people not paying their fair share of everything. Why you're not after them to bring the government money? Those are the people we need to go after to bring money to the government for you all to get paid. But you're sitting on your laurels, arresting one of the poor people that ain't got no money, and talking about you're going on strike because you're paid low and all that. How you get paid? And you're bringing in money to the country. Then you will get paid. Go after the Lebanese, the Indian, all these people stealing light and water in our country. You think those people are not guilty? They're guilty as hell. There's some of the same damn people perpetrating all the crimes in our country. Because who you think got money to do some of these crimes? Foreigners and things like that. So if you're sitting down there, you're not doing your jobs. All the people in our country are stealing. They got money. They got wealth. You want to take petty bribes. That's why I said, if they left with me, I'll put all of you in jail. Strike, y'all going to jail and will be flogged. Because we can't tolerate it. We can't tolerate it. Why? Because your selfish greed, now you let people, the poor people linger in jail without their rights. People got rights in our country, and that your duty as a lawyer, you took the job. It wasn't somebody forced, or you say you must be a lawyer, you must. No, you can't say I want a job. They give you the job. You want more pay, y'all do the things to get more pay. Start arresting these damn rich people, and the government will pay attention to y'all. The government, y'all try it. Y'all just start arresting all the rich criminals and most ability, and all the rich criminals go running around our country like every snow. Start arresting those people for crimes, and you see the government don't stop and call y'all to a meeting and raise your pays. But y'all act the dumbest. I mean, how you get a law degree and you act like a dummy? Because it's the same old system just trying to change. And y'all see why they don't like me? Because I tell them the truth. You going after poor people. You don't got money. Why would the government pay attention to you? When you start going against the people that got money, and you got to do it unified. You got to be unified, because they will try to fire you. They will try to fire you. All the prosecutors. They will say, oh, you go against us, okay, you fire, you dismiss from that job. You put the next man there, he do the same thing. You catch that man, put him in jail. You do the same thing. How many prosecutors can they fire before the people get pissed off and want to know why you firing these prosecutors? My man, you start acting stupid, man. You got a responsibility to the Liberian people, not to keep our people in jail. That's your oath as a lawyer. When you become a prosecutor, it's even more profound, because justice delayed is justice denied. And you lawyers cannot be the proponents for denying Liberian people justice. What wrong with you? Y'all go after the damn rogues. Y'all go after the damn criminals. That's why they can't, I can't work for the government. They will fire me overnight. I'm going after Ellen Johnson's son. Ellen Johnson said he had admitted that her son depleted the money for our oil company. That over $20 million did. Even it was $10 million at that time. When you add all the interest, it's $20 million now. Why we not going after Ellen Johnson, Sally's son, and Ellen Johnson for our money? That $20 million right there. When we squeeze Ellen Johnson's son, Ellen Johnson will come to the board and we squeeze her too. $20 million will drop right there. The government will be compelled to raise the lawyers' pay, because you're catching damn criminals in our country. But I beg you, man, I want to deal with this topic too much. I got 5 more minutes. I want to deal with the other criminal topic. I beg you, man, you grow up. Think like patriots, not the idiots. You are the people, you are the cream of the crop of our legal system, our legal minds. How can you go and submit to this kind of Rick Monroe talking about you going on strike because you're not getting paid, so the Liberian people must linger in jail? We know the case law plenty is like that everywhere in the world. Even in America, the public defender, the prosecutor, all of their crime, with the cases because crime going up. People not getting paid, the money, people stealing the money too much. COVID-19 came, wiped everything up, people not working. You know what kind of stealing went on? We look at our world, did not break down. People are still dying from COVID-19. That disease, that pandemic cannot be eradicated. So we're facing a mess, man. So if y'all won't get paid, you won't get money, go and catch the criminals in our country and let's squeeze them for our money. The more money we get back, the government will be compelled to pay you, or we will want to know why. If you're working so hard and catching these criminals, why the government not paying your move? That's how we justify your pay. But you just doing the same load everybody did from time immemorial. Then you come up like, oh, we want more money, we want more pay. Yes, the system corrupt. Go after the criminals. That's your job. You got the police under you. We got honest police. How will the police do their job when you're crushing every case that comes before you? I know Liberia. My father was Attorney General. I know what our police can do. I know how police want to investigate criminals in our society and brought the kids, and the president didn't want to prosecute it, or somebody didn't want to prosecute it, so they just kill it. But we can't go on like that. That discourages our policing. That's why our police not professional. And you say, why the police not professional? Because every time they go and catch criminals, you'll kill the kids. And that can be. So you lawyers, look in the mirror and re-examine yourselves. You want money? Go catch the criminals. Let's squeeze George Weah government. That the same people. They're not being Liberia. They're not being Waterbury. They're not prosecuting them. If you're prosecuting right now, Mary Bro, for catching all the people stealing Liberia. Are you people prosecuting them? You're not prosecuting them. If you're prosecuting them, we have money. But how we get money? The prosecutor is not prosecuting them. Is it because the higher ups telling you not to prosecute them? If that's the fact too, then we got to know about it. So we got to change our country, man. People, it's a collective effort to change our country. It's not a unified effort, a single effort. It's a collective effort. I mean, all of us got to get together to change our country. Final point, I got 7 minutes. The economy of our country. Our finance minister needs to be removed and put in jail to account for every penny that has been missing from our coffers. He got to give us a list by list acknowledgement of where all this money went that we own, over 25 million, wherever money we got all there going, all the money from leases they are stolen. Right? How the finance minister will be at the center of all these economic issues, and he's still running around like a dummy? How? Our people not getting paid. Our system broken down. The man who's supposed to do it has lied continuously. He can't go. The legislature has called him continuously to come before it. He refuses. The court had to issue a writ of arrest to bring him to the court. Something is wrong. Something is wrong. Are we going to suffer because of this useless man and this useless regime? Now the president for 2 months and made all these things, and he's still asking for money. Send me money, I need money. Some of the people in my class for this morning, man, we got a lot of problems. We got a lot of problems. How we going to handle it? Only the shadow knows. That's my class for this morning, my people. I mean, let me just play one ad and I'll see you all later. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Tony Commander J.R. Glapohkpa Chesson talk show. Today I'm at Tufts Market on Charles Street and Ledge Street in Providence, Rhode Island. I'm here with the proprietor. Sir, could you kindly tell us your name and how long this business has been here?
My name is Tunde I've been in business here for the past almost 35 years.
Wow. And what kind of support have you received from the community, especially the African community?
Yeah, it's a good question. The community have been supporting us, been patronizing us. Basically, if you come here, you want to get the best of Africa, this is the right place to come. Choose Market, 611 Shah Street, Providence, Rhode Island.
Well, thank you very much. I'm sure we're going to spread the news and people will see your business, and I hope more people come to support you.
I really appreciate that, and thank you for coming. God bless you.
Thank you very much. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's my show for this Thanksgiving Day. I hope you're happy Thanksgiving Day and a good weekend. I'll see you tomorrow morning, bright and early. You got the time? You got the time? I got the message. See you tomorrow. Attorney Commander J.R. Glapohkpa Chesson show is done. I'm out of here, folks. Have a good day. See you tomorrow.